My favorite piece of art that I've ever had the pleasure to experience is the NBC TV show Blindspot. And I understand that not everyone agrees that a TV show can be considered a piece of art, but hear me out here for a second. My definition of art is any form of work that is created to make a viewer feel something. It doesn't have to be inherently good emotions, it just has to be some sort of emotion. The first time I saw Blindspot was actually unintentional. It had come on right after one of the TV shows I was watching at the time, and the first few seconds of the show was just so interesting that I couldn't change the channel. I was hooked. By the end of the first episode, I was completely infatuated. Here you have this main character, Jane Doe, who is in a completely absurd predicament. She's been drugged, covered from head to toe in tattoos, stripped of her clothes, put in a duffel bag, and left in Times Square. She doesn't remember anything about her life up until that point. She has no idea who she is or how she got tattooed. It wasn't something she asked for, and she was angry she didn't have any control over her life. What really got to me is that she wasn't painted to be the damsel in distress. Yes, she's confused and wants answers just like anybody else. She'd been stripped of everything that most people take for granted. She just wants a place of her own, people to call her friends and family, her independence and privacy, and to not be treated like a piece of evidence. At the end of the day, you realize she just wants to be like everybody else, more than anything. When I saw the first episode, I was maybe 15 or 16 and was going through what I would consider to be the hardest part of my life. I was lost. I didn't have my family or any friends. I had been violated against my will and was treated like an object rather than a person. I was angry at life for the hand it had dealt me. I just wanted my life to be normal. I was scared because I didn't know what tomorrow would bring. But the more and more I kept watching Blindspot, the more I kept finding pieces of myself in Jane Doe. And as I watched her character develop, I started to really take control of my own life in every aspect. Jane Doe had this relentless strength to her. No matter how many reasons life would give her to quit, she would push through 10 times harder. She realized that the best family is the one you choose, not always the ones you're bound to by blood. She learned to say no and ask for help when she needed it. She opened her heart and allowed every last bit of lightness to come in. To me, she is the embodiment of the type of strength I needed at that point in my life. And I can honestly say that it is because of her on this TV show that I am the person that I am today. This is my favorite piece of art because it marks a pivotal point in my life and is also what made me realize what I wanted to do with it. It's what made me realize that I wanted to be a part of something that made someone like me get through a really tough time. It made me realize that I want to tell stories that heal. It made me realize I wanted to make something that allows people to escape their lives for a while and find some strength in the process. That's why Blindspot is my favorite piece of art.